What is up, YouTube? My name is Mulvone19, bringing another Pokemon Native Wi-Fi battle. This can be an OU match against TheJuancaBar, a very good match indeed. Looking at his team, it's going to be pretty interesting as to how he wants to play out his walls. I'm thinking his Ferrothorn is probably going to be his special defensive wall, and that his Donphan is going to be his physical or defensive wall, getting his rocks up and also rabbit spinning out and stuff like that. So I was thinking that he also has an Infernape and a Dragonite. I don't know which of them could be either Choiced, Life Orb, or Dragon Dance, so we're gonna have to see how he's gonna play around with that. I was thinking maybe my best move here is just to go with Tyranitar, get rid of the multi-skill, assuming he probably might not have leftovers, and he actually ends up bringing it in Rotom, and I knew I could take a Hydro Pump rather nicely, I am able to get my rocks up because I do have max special defense, and also the sand is up, which is of course going to boost my defense, and that's going to be very helpful for me. I do not see lefties. I automatically assume that this thing is Choiced, probably Choice Scarf, just assuming how much that Hydro Pump did on my Tyranitar and seeing how much that Hydro Pump did on my Celebi. So he actually ends up bringing in his Donphan, expecting me to go for the T-Wave, but I actually run Toxic just to get rid of Dragon Dancing dragons because they are very annoying, and I don't have really a Steel type or anything to take Outrages that well. So that's basically why I have Celebi here with Toxic, and I actually expected him to go into like Dragonite or something like that, or maybe even Infernape. So that was kind of strange for me, but he is actually able to go for a Rabbit Spin and get rid of his rocks, and that was making me think he probably has leftovers on his Dragonite if he really wanted to get rocks, rid of rocks that badly, so he could have his multi-scale intact. So I go for another Giga Drain. That's obviously going to knock him out. I guess he didn't want to go for the Ice Shard just in case I played stupid and I didn't kill him. He would be able to go for the rocks or something like that. I don't know. But I just decided to go and stay in with Celebi when he brings in his Gengar, and I knew this thing wanted to go for the substitute because I see these things do it all the time, and I knew I could take him out with the HP Fire, seeing how much a Gengar really has its special defense. So I was pretty sure that it would be able to break his sub, and that's going to be fantastic because now I know he wants to go for the Shadow Ball and doesn't want to overpredict. I'm going to bring in my Genesect, and I'm going to take that very nicely. Unfortunately, I don't get the special attack boost, but it is a Gengar, so I really shouldn't anyways. I don't have U-turn on this thing because this is an expert belt, all-out attacker set, and this actually works really nicely against like Gliscor and Tentacruel and Jellicent and all that stuff like that. So I end up going for the Ice Beam. Really didn't know what he wanted to go into. I was kind of afraid of him actually staying in, and I don't know, maybe trying to go for a Focus Splash or something and maybe knock me out, so that's why I wanted to go for the Ice Beam. He actually misses his Hydro Pump, which is going to be pretty crucial, but he actually ends up getting some hacks later back in the game, so it's going to be kind of makeup situation right there. He actually ends up bringing his Infernape in now, and I'm thinking, okay, I kind of want to just get rid of you because I don't really have a safe switch in, and I don't know what kind of set you're running, and I see the Overheat, and I'm obviously thinking a mixed set, so I'm just going to go for the Stone Edge. I was hoping he didn't go into his Ferrothorn because that's really the only thing that could take a Stone Edge very nicely. So he does end up bringing his Ferrothorn in now, and I'm going to have to go into my Tyranitar. So that is going to be not bad, but he actually ends up double switching into his Ape, and I knew I did not want to die from a close combat right away. So I end up going into my Latias to take it. Just in case you want to go for the Overheat, I didn't want to go into Celebi, so that was going to be rather good for me because I was thinking, okay, let's get up a sub. He's probably going to have to want to switch out, not wanting to die from a Dragon Pulse or something like that. But I guess he sees lefties, and I guess he knows that I am a setup set, with like Substitute and Calm Mind and stuff like that. So I guess he knew that I wanted to either go for the Calm Mind or the Substitute and not kill him off on the first turn, and that's a great prediction by him because he is able to break my sub and actually bring in Dragonite safely. Strangely though, he does not have a recovery on his Dragonite. I kind of thought that's why he wanted to get rid of rocks, but I'm not really sure. He probably should have just saved Donphan for later on. It probably would have helped him out a lot. But I am just going to have to let in my Latias to die from Extreme Speed. Trying to see if he wanted to actually be locked in, or maybe he might be a Lumberry set. I don't know. I thought it was pretty safe to go into Tyranitar and just go for an Earthquake, expecting him to either go into Ferrothorn or his Ape. So I thought that was going to be my best play. Unfortunately, I make a misplay and go for another Earthquake. I did expect him to go into Infernape that time. maybe expecting the Fire Blast or the Ice Beam. So that was going to be pretty unfortunate for me, and I am going to lose my Tyranitar. Reason why I have Earthquake is basically because I just, you know, hate Heatran and Jirachi. Those are two big walls on my Tyranitar, and I really don't have a way to work around them. So that's probably why you saw Earthquake and all that stuff right there. I probably am going to go back to running Crunch and maybe get rid of Fire Blast, since I have like HP Fire and all that stuff on many other pokes, so I don't know. So I'm thinking this is probably the match right here, after I just got rid of his Ferrothorn with a Drain Punch, and that I am at +1, and he should not be able to take me out with an Outrage. I was thinking this thing was probably not Choice Banded, so I was thinking, okay, I should be able to live a Outrage, but I don't, because it gets crit, and that's going to be very unfortunate, because all I have left is Celebi and Landorus. Now, I could have gone up to Landorus and straight up should have just went for the Stone Edge, but I was afraid that I would miss it, just, you know, seeing how he got hacks and all that. I was kind of afraid that I would miss it again, and, you know, I really have terrible luck with Stone Edge. Anyways, I was thinking, let's just go with Celebi, and let's go for the Toxic, Sandstorm, Diff Duo, stuff like that. So this is basically why I have Celebi and Toxic, just to get rid of these Dragon Dancing bitches, because they're really annoying, and that's really the only way I can take these things down on my team. I can take Outrages fairly nicely, and I knew he wanted to go for another Dragon Dance here, and that's going to be great, because I'm going to be able to recover up. He is at +2, but seeing how much a Outrage did when he was at +0, I know that it's basically going to be double damage, and I can take one Outrage, and that's going to be very crucial. Hopefully he does not get a crit, because if he does, he's going to be able to outspeed my Landorus and, you know, basically finish off the game like that. But luckily I live with 67 HP, and that is so huge, because he's going to die from 2 turns of Poison and Sandstorm, and also, like, you know, a little bit of damage from Giga Drain anyways, which really didn't make a difference. But if I went for a cover, I was going to die from Outrage next turn anyways, so, like, why should I do that anyways? Just try and get some extra damage on it. And so he is actually going to die from Sandstorm now and Poison, which is fantastic. That means all he has left is his Ape, and I have my Landorus, and I'm obviously faster. I am the Choice Scarf variants and all that, so I'm able to go free for the Earthquake as he goes for the Mach Punch. I don't know, maybe he's like intending on getting a super mega huge Wild Chase crit. I don't know. But yeah, so that's going to be the end of the game. Like I said, it was very interesting. Came right down to the wire. Some things from last battle, you guys commented on how my mic was kind of low, or, you know, like kind of quiet. I can't really do much about that. I'm trying to make it as loud as possible, but for whatever reason, a Blue Snowball wants to be quiet, and not much I can do about that. Also, pronunciation wise, I kind of, you know, stupidly, I don't even know if that's a word, stupidly mispronounced Genesect and Conkeldurr and, you know, Jarball and all that. I fixed that now. I was just being dumb. And yeah, so that's basically about it. I hope you all enjoyed the narration, you know, the battle and the editing and all that, which comes in together, which makes a video. So thumbs up, yay, cool. Okay, so we'll see you all later. I'll probably get a battle in maybe like 2 weeks from now or something like that. School's starting back up, so I have to see how that goes. But yeah, so rate, comment, sub, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.